useful when it comes to looting for monsters and stuff like that, because I never run out of space. I really like this game because everyone sees it on ads, and typically when I see games on ads, I don't think they're I think they're mainstream, and I'm like, oh, it's not a good game. If they're only paying for ads, I mean, what says that's a good game? Most good games that I've played before Rift that don't have that much ads are actually good games, like Mabinogi Heroes in Korea or Vindictus here is a great game. It's a great hack and slasher. It's just they're not that further in updates. I mean, pretty much all you do in that game is you get quests. Like, all the quests are dungeon based, and then you just go into dungeons. That's all you do. You don't do anything but go into dungeons. Like, there's no open area. You just start at like this port place, and then you go off on boats, and then you go into dungeons. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It was fun for me for like till level 20, and then it got just really boring because it's really repetitive. I mean, you have to do the same dungeons over and over again, and then you eventually switch dungeons. There's different dungeons. It's like the same map, and then they'll call it a different dungeon with like a different boss. And, it was really fun. For the time I played, they really have the combat built up nicely. If they could just build like a main area to where you can do quests normally, like in other games, and not just do dungeons, it would be an excellent game. And I like this game not only because they take the good things in every MMO, like AoE looting. I mean, no MMO has that. And everyone would get pissed off farming in WoW at like in BC people would farm at Scarlet Monastery, and you have to like loot 100 fucking times. On here, it's just an AoE loot. You just go in, click once, you get all of it, and that's just one of those things that really does it for me. I mean, it's just really, really unique when it comes to that kind of thing. And I mean, I really like finding a good game and playing from the start. So like in a year, I can be like, oh yeah, I played from the start of the game. I played from the prepaid beta of the game, because I did for like a few days, and then it went live March the 1st, and people got on. There was like 2 million people that got on that day. And I mean, I don't know if I want to call this game a WoW killer, because World of Warcraft is actually extremely popular. Really is extremely popular. And no other MMO game has been as successful as World of Warcraft. Because World of Warcraft, I mean, they almost created the real definition of a massive multiplayer online game. There's Ultima Online, RuneScape before that, but I mean, when you think about it, it made the area so much bigger. Just they added all these things to these games that just makes them so much better. And that's why I think it's so such a good game. And another reason is, most really bad computers from like 2001 can run World of Warcraft. I mean, the graphics aren't that bad. I mean, they're not that bad. They're like really smooth, but they're bad. So any computer can play them. Like, they're not good graphics. It's just really standard graphics. Like, they don't get old. They're kind of cartoony. Most computers can run them, so they never get old. Like graphics, like top date graphics. I mean, Rift, it has good graphics. I mean, if you go all the way up in graphic settings, has good graphics. My computer can't even play highest graphics. It's a good game. We have that. If you play on low render, playing on low render on here, and that's what I'm playing on while I record Fraps. It's like playing World of Warcraft. It's really smooth. Most computers can run it. It's just really good. So that's why I think it's just a good game. and I'll be right back. Gotta go do something. Alright, I'm back. Right here, I think this is the first fight. This guy spawns a whole bunch of AoEs, and we have to take all these guys out at first, and then attack the boss. So, you know, they got these, default strategic ways you can defeat bosses, like take out the guys first and then hit the boss, or you know, hit the boss and then take the guys. You know, most of these fights at lower levels are tank and spanks, but I don't consider that a bad thing. I mean, I don't want to go into some advanced like fucking raid at like level 19, like you know, you're just trying to experience the game at that point. And another thing I love about Rift is on World of Warcraft, I know that, you know, it's like almost required to be in a raiding guild to install like a shitload of like you know, add-ons and stuff, and most of those add-ons are actually covered in the regular game in here. Like, you know, you can do the DPS thing, I forgot what the add-on's called, you know, in Deadly Boss Mods they have something like that on here, and they actually took a lot from Cataclysm and put it into here, like architecture. I don't know if it's architecture, but you know, you collect artifacts and then you can make things out of them, and you know, level. And then there's guild leveling. You know, like old level 6 guild, because they have guild quests and stuff, and then you have to complete them as a guild. It's pretty neat. They kind of take these things from WoW, Warhammer Online, and even, you know, older games like RuneScape, and they take, you know, all the good stuff from games. Like if you've played most MMOs and then you play Rift, you will notice that it's just a good game. Like, not only do they add on their, you know, their cup of tea, like they don't like they add on a bunch of good stuff that people wanted to see in like World of Warcraft and other games. They put that in here, but then they put all the other stuff that people liked from other MMOs. So it's just really, really, really good. Like, that's the thing I like about this game. And you know, when it comes to the graphics, most computers could run this game, like 30 FPS on low render. Like a crappy computer, like my laptop could run this, like you know, like 40-50 FPS on low render, and that's what I played on. You know, my desktop can only run like medium, and that's like really good graphics even there. But what I really want to do after I max out my warrior, and by the way, I don't know if I stated this before, but the max level on Rift is 50, and I know on pre-BC on World of Warcraft the max level was 60, and it's only 50 on here. So you know, I can't wait. You know, I hate leveling, like I really do. Like, I really wish I could just go to 50 and do like PvP and endgame raiding and stuff like that, because that's the stuff I play like WoW for. I hate leveling. I absolutely hate it, because you know, I just want to be the max level and be one of the best guys raiding and stuff. You know, I just really don't prefer to quest and all that. But you know, that's just some of the stuff you got to do to build up a character, and it's actually a good way to do it. I mean, on here, to level, I mix up stuff. You know, I do PvP, I do dungeons occasionally, and I quest. That's my main thing. Just hit 1057 there. It's my new crit, 1057. In PvP, my highest crit was like 900 or something like that. But I don't like to PvP at lower levels, and like if I was like 31, I wouldn't want to PvP in a 30 to 39 bracket, because you know, it's like they have like the same system as WoW kind of in PvP. Like they have the PvP gear you can buy with favor and stuff like that. But you know, there's twinks. They brought back the twinks in Rift. And I was a 20